Hey y'all, Tone Butt Fitness here, and I'm going to sit here and explain to you how to portion control or count your calories, whichever form of tracking you prefer is the way that you're going to have to go. So just a little background story about what I've done before and what's worked. So I tried the tracking your macros and weighing everything. And although it worked for a little while, I was very confused about how to track things in restaurants and stuff. So I feel like until I get certified in macros and really get deep into learning really how to do that and lose weight effectively, I don't really want to explain that method too much to you, but I will say I've done it. It did help for a little while whenever I was breastfeeding to make sure that I had enough calories, but I don't think I know enough to be able to explain it to you. So I'm going to help you with portion control and the plate method. So there's portion control containers. Yes, I was a Beachbody coach, so I did use their specific containers, but honestly, you can find portion control containers anywhere. So what you would do if you were to do that, you can order them from Amazon, really, and then you were to just track your calories. So you would find a tracker, you could find them on the internet, and you were to put your weight in, and then your age and everything, and then it tracks how many calories you're supposed to be having during the day. And so you'd be able to do that with your containers, and then it'll tell you how many containers you're supposed to have for vegetables and proteins and stuff like that. So that is one method to do it. Another method is the plate method, which I've kind of been doing that one lately because it's a little bit easier to make sure you get all your greens in. And to be honest with you, if you're not gaining weight during it, then that's the best method for you because it's a lot easier. So the plate method is so this is a plate. Half of your plate will be all vegetables, and the other half is split in between starchy carbs and protein. So it just depends on which method you want to use. The plate method I find is a little bit easier. So whenever you're meal prepping, the way that I do is I figure out what I want to eat. I make a list of some recipes that I put on Pinterest or the recipes that I personally have shared with you. I make a list of the recipes that I think I'm going to want to have for that week. So egg cups and pumpkin pie oats will be for breakfast. Steak salad and chicken skillet will be for lunches and dinner. Carrots and hummus, shakes, and protein bars will be snacks. So I make it super simple, and I put it on my list. So I put that on my list, and then once I do that, I go straight into my calendar. You can print out some super cute calendars for your nutrition, and I'm thinking about making one that I used to use, but just for this video purpose, I just simply wrote it on a piece of paper for you. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is all I plan for. Usually Saturday and Sunday is leftovers, whatever's left, whatever I have to throw together, and then I'll have like one cheat meal depending on if we have a date night or if we have friends coming over. Will depend on, I say cheat meal, but eat outside of like what my actual plan is usually on Saturday night or Friday. I tend to keep my breakfasts a lot healthier than other meals. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you're going to do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then I wrote everything out. I'm going to show you again. I wrote everything out for the recipes that I did on the previous page. So everything is written out for what I want, and that's how I'm going to shop depending on what I have here and who I'm cooking for. So if my family is eating with me, then I'm obviously going to be doing more, but not going to lie to you. When my kids were younger, they did eat a lot more with me, but they haven't really. They're in that super picky age, so they're not going to eat they eat my vegetables, but they're probably not going to eat my steak salad or anything like that. So this is the way I've done this one. I know it's backwards, but just to give you an idea, it's like Monday, and then I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So for breakfast, pumpkin pie oats. Lunches, I alternate between steak salad and chicken skillet, and then dinners, I do the same. So the way that I plan that is depending on how many vegetables I have for the day, and that's why it's easier if you have portion control containers or if you have some sort of plate method that you have in your head the way you're going to do it. So let's say you do the plate method. So if you're going to do the steak salad, you're probably half of your plate is gonna be the salad portion. So that's probably gonna be about 2 cups of veggies mixed between your actual lettuce and whatever you want to throw in there. Cucumbers, some shredded carrots, stuff like that you'll put on that side of the plate. And then on the left side of the plate, you're going to put your steak. If you choose to not have a carb for lunch, you can maybe have one for snack. Or if you're eating your breakfast, usually if I do like a heavy carb for breakfast, then I don't have a carb for lunch. So I'll do my pumpkin oats for breakfast, so that day it'll be strictly vegetables for lunch. And then I'll most likely add a fat. So the way that you could do that is the portion as well. So you can make sure that you're portioning everything depending on what you're having for the day. So if I'm going to eat something like do my 3 meals and there's a salad anywhere in there, then I'll probably have 1 or 2 snacks because salads do not fill me up. Excuse me. My snacks for next week are going to be boiled eggs, carrots, and hummus. I like to do vegetables with hummus. That's my favorite. But I want to explain to you that it's very easy to meal prep and meal plan. You just have to know how much you need to do. So when I'm meal prepping on Sunday and I get everything out, let's say I just finished cooking all of my steak in the crock pot for the steak salad. So I am going, the way I portion my salads out and the way I prepare my salads is I typically do all of the vegetables in one container and then the protein in another container, because the protein is what I'm going to heat up, right? So I'll put my salad in a container and then in individual little, I bought some muffin things, some tins to be able to put, well actually I bought it for the kids, but I use it for me now. So I put it in the container, and then in that container I put cucumbers and other things that are going to cause moisture in the salad. So a cucumber is really hard to store with your salad. So what I do with my salad is I just put the lettuce, and then next to the lettuce I'll put anything that's like pickles or anything like that that's like watery. A watery vegetable is gonna make your salad all soggy. So I'll put it separate in the container, and then my protein is separate. So I do all of that. Like I put everything into individual containers. And then usually, let's say I'm gonna do my chicken skillet on Monday and then I eat that leftover on Tuesday. Then if I have time when I get off on Monday, I'll do the chicken skillet when I get off of work. If you don't have time to do a meal on any night of the week, then you need to cook everything on Sunday and portion everything out into your containers. So again, I guess the easiest way to explain it to you is make sure that you have whichever portion system you want to use. Again, the portion container system is a very easy, and you can easily purchase that on Amazon. And you can get the calculator with that. It calculates how many calories you're going to do and what portions you're going to use. If you want to use the plate method, then for every meal except for breakfast, so for lunch and dinner, I always do half of the plate of vegetables. I also like to try to do no carbs after 4 or 5 o'clock. So once I leave work, then I'm not eating carbs anymore. For breakfast, for supper, I'm probably just going to eat my protein and my vegetables. I try to eat my carbs earlier in the day. There is no reason behind that. You could literally eat bread at 10 o'clock. It's not a big deal as long as you portion everything out for the full day. If all you did was eat carbs all day and then at 10 o'clock at night you decide to eat more carbs, carbs turn into sugar. So you're never going to burn it off. So it just depends on what you've eaten for the day, on what you can eat whenever it comes nighttime. So like I said, it does not matter if you eat well, it matters if you eat a loaf of bread. But if you eat crackers at night, it's not going to turn into fat depending on what you've eaten for the day. So if you're still at your point where you still have carbs left to be able to eat, to be able to burn it, then of course you can eat that. And the other thing is if you're exercising during any of your dieting or any of you changing your lifestyle, then that's going to increase your metabolism. So it's not going to matter at all what time you eat certain things throughout the day. That's my personal experience. Like I said, I am not certified in nutrition yet. I cannot wait till I am, because I know a lot about it. I've done a lot of research. I know it works for me, may not work for everyone. So during this 3-week challenge that you're doing with me, you need to understand, number one, that the scale is the enemy. You can literally gain 3-4 pounds in a day. Like I used to weigh myself every single day. I was hardcore working out. Your muscles retain water, and whenever they start breaking down, that's whenever you don't have as much body weight. So you can go from 130 to 135 within a day. And so that's why I do not recommend you weighing yourself that often. That's kind of, it puts a damper on your mindset, and it really makes you unmotivated whenever you see that the scale is not budging. So I really want to make sure you understand that you don't need to weigh yourself every single day. I'm so sorry. every Sunday would be a really good way to do it. So even at that point, you don't need to, but if you're doing a challenge like this, then every Sunday is a really good way to do it. So you could do your Sunday measurements and stuff like that, and weighing. Try not to weigh yourself every day. But I hope this really helped with your meal planning and how to meal plan and how I've done it. Like I said, I just write down the recipes that I want. I do my different days of the week that I'm going to cook, and then I put what I'm going to eat for each day. And so when I finish that and I say, okay, I'm the only one that's eating this, which is usually the case because my husband eats whatever he wants and doesn't gain weight. So if I'm the only one that's eating this, I'm going to go to my next page and I'm going to write all of the ingredients I need for that. If it's only me, then most likely I'm cutting the ingredients completely in half and the recipe in half. So I'm going to write everything down, and I'm only buying what I need on the list. That's why you can save money as well, because you're only going to buy what you have on the list. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions about meal planning or meal prepping, please let me know. I plan on doing another video later on next week, but I wanted to get you this video as soon as possible. That way you can understand how to prep tomorrow for Monday. Let me know if you have any questions. But I will say this, nutrition is the key to any kind of challenge. So let's say we're doing this for 3 weeks. You really need to focus on your nutrition. Try your best to schedule, like, okay, I know we have Christmas party on Saturday. So I'm going to make sure that I eat really good until Saturday, because I know I'm going to eat whatever I want on Saturday. You have to make sure that you plan around it. Like, you're probably going to have cocktails. You're probably going to eat whatever party food they have, which is fine. So eat good during the day, and when it comes to the party, you can enjoy yourself and not feel guilty. And maybe even schedule a workout the next day instead of a rest day. There's different ways you could do it. You don't want to punish your body for eating something that you enjoy. That's not life. Weight loss might take a little bit longer than you expect because you are enjoying what you have eaten, but you have to make sure that you zone yourself in whenever you're doing challenges like this. Like this 3-week challenge is something that you're not going to have alcohol during the week. You are not having soda. If you have a cocktail party or a Christmas party coming up, then you plan for that and you say, okay, I know I'm going to have a bottle of wine for that Christmas party, so I'm not drinking during the week, because that is empty calories. And then that leads to hunger and you end up eating more. So during the week, you are sticking to the plan. If it's not on your plan, your meal plan, you're not eating. You're not eating that little bag of Skinny Pop that you just bought. You're sticking to the plan. If you're hungry, eat some vegetables with some hummus, or an apple with some peanut butter. You know, shakes are really good. Like protein shakes are really good to get vegetables in. You could throw some spinach in there. If you don't feel like eating breakfast and you're a busy person for breakfast, then you could easily swap it out for shakes. Find a protein shake, a protein powder, and then put some spinach in there. It's a really easy way to get a lot of veggies in. You could put kale in there. You could put whatever you want. You could put fruit in there. You can make it super, super full, and it'll last you till lunch. So that's my tips on this. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. And again, I'm going to do another video later on next week about meal prepping and how we're going to do this challenge. So I hope you guys are ready for tomorrow. Start meal prepping tomorrow. Do your measurements tomorrow. We're doing before pictures tomorrow. And just know that the next 3 weeks is going to be different for you, but you got it.